Have you heard the news? FTMO just bought Oanda, one of the largest and most well-known Forex brokers in the entire world. And that changes everything for us traders, especially us prop firm traders. That's why in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why this is so important for us traders and what exactly it means for the prop firm industry. From it potentially opening the door for US traders to raising some red flags and concerns regarding transparency, by the end of this video, you will know exactly how this big news applies to you. For those of you that have been living under a rock and don't know FTMO, they are one of the world's largest prop firms. They were founded in 2015, and they are just an absolute behemoth in the space. Now, Oanda has been around a lot longer, being founded in 1996, and has grown to become one of the best known Forex brokers in the entire world. Oanda, of course, is a regulated broker that works with US clients, but that's not all. They also work with clients around the world. When I first started trading back in 2016, the very first broker account that I opened was with Oanda. So they have been around for a very, very long time. But as I said, it's not uncommon for a Forex broker to buy a prop firm. They can add it as another service, another product to their repertoire, as they already have the client base. But this news is just the complete opposite. A prop firm acquiring a broker is just completely different. It's something that we have never seen before. And FTMO isn't just buying some small no-name broker that nobody's ever heard of. They are acquiring one of the most popular brokers in the entire world, a household name when it comes to traders. This essentially turned FTMO from a proprietary trading firm to just a true institution. They're now offering education. They're offering, of course, their FTMO challenges, but now owning Oanda, they're going to be able to offer a completely new product. They're going to be able to offer accounts that are connected to the live market. You can open a brokerage account and trade live capital with them, whereas their FTMO challenges are all in a demo simulated environment. Now, before we get into the concrete details of how this is going to impact you, I want to show you some behind the scenes details on just how massive this acquisition is. Okay, I want you to take a look at this article from Finance Magnets where it says FTMO is cash rich before Oanda deal, ended 2023 with $82 million in hand. Some of the numbers in this article are just absolutely insane. It says here, and again, I don't know how accurate these numbers are, but there has to be some truth to them as they're being reported by Finance Magnets. They're saying that they netted over $79.3 million in profit in 2023. This means that FTMO is doing hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue every single year. If we scroll through, you could see that the prop trading firm that recently acquired Oanda, FTMO, they did over $81.5 million in cash at the end of 2023, a jump of about 275% compared to the previous year. So it shows that FTMO is not just a behemoth, they continue to grow at just a massive rate. Okay. If we continue to scroll through, it says here that they reported that the prop trading giant generated over $213 million in revenue in 2023, a 20% increase. Its EBITDA for the year also reached nearly $100 million. So after taxes, the company's net profit came down to $79.3 million. Now, regarding the specific acquisition, it's not yet public information, so the financials haven't yet been disclosed. So we're not sure if it's just a pure cash deal or if there's something else, some sort of hybrid model in terms of the acquisition that's going on behind the scenes. But it is absolutely clear that it was for major money. So if one thing is clear, it is that this is an absolutely massive deal that has taken place for tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. But I now want to have a little bit of a discussion regarding what this means for you, what it means for traders and the prop firm industry. I've been running Lark Funding, a prop firm, for almost 3 years now. So I think I have a pretty good perspective and a pretty good idea of how this might impact the industry as a whole. The first thing that's worth mentioning is the impact that it might have on US clients. It's been roughly a year now that FTMO has stopped offering its services to US clients. They used to, but ever since everything that went on with my Forex funds came to light, FTMO decided that they were no longer going to offer their services to US clients. But what's interesting about this acquisition is that Oanda, unlike many other Forex brokers around the world, is actually regulated in the US. And when this deal was announced, pretty much the first thing that traders started to talk about was whether or not it means that FTMO will get to start offering their services again to US clients. Now, this isn't clear yet. FTMO hasn't made a comment on it, but you would have to think if FTMO, who currently can't offer their services to US clients, is acquiring a US brokerage, it's probably good news for US traders that want to use FTMO. Now, of course, this isn't guaranteed. Perhaps it's just going to be a secondary revenue model for FTMO. They're just going to continue offering brokerage services to US clients. And until there's more regulatory clarity regarding prop firms in the US, they won't offer their services. But we do know that obviously having a regulated broker connected to FTMO will look good for their odds of being able to offer their services to US clients. Now, there is another side of the coin when it comes to a prop firm owning their own brokerage. And that comes to a question regarding transparency regarding executions, spreads, and pricing. You see, most traders, rightfully so, want to know that a prop firm can regulate the pricing or feeds that that trader is receiving. So, for example, at Lark Funding, we have zero control over the pricing, spreads, and execution that traders receive. And that's what traders want. You see, if a prop firm can adjust pricing, can increase spreads, increase commissions, that sort of thing, right? It's a red flag for traders because they don't know what that prop firm is doing on the back end. And so if FTMO is now going to have their own liquidity source, it could raise concerns for some traders regarding that transparency. Now, of course, it's likely going to be something, just getting way ahead of ourselves. We don't yet know how Oanda is going to fit into the FTMO framework, but obviously FTMO is doing their research. Obviously, they have a huge legal team behind them. So there will be clarity on the situation, but just from a high-level overview, there are concerns, not just with FTMO in this acquisition, but any prop firm that uses their own in-house liquidity. There are concerns regarding whether there's some sort of manipulation going on. So for traders that are excited about this, that is a potential red flag or concern that a lot of traders are paying attention to. Now, thirdly, this raises an interesting discussion between prop firm and broker rivalries. You see, before prop firms became what they are today, before they became really mainstream, brokers were the top dogs in the trading world. Every trader obviously had an account with a broker, and brokers make money based on spreads and commissions, whereas prop firms, which have stolen, I would say, probably the majority of clients from brokers, prop firms, on the other hand, they rely on challenge fees to make their money. And so there's kind of this dichotomy between the two structures and the two models of how these two sorts of businesses make money. But FTMO, by acquiring Oanda, it's kind of creating this new in-house hybrid model where they're no longer going to have to rely just on challenge fees. They're no longer going to have to rely on just broker fees. And obviously, there's a great synergy between the two. A client that wants to use and take an FTMO challenge is a client that probably will eventually want to have their own live broker account. And so this hybrid model, it'll be really interesting to see if we see more of it in the prop firm world. And we'll start to see more prop firms and more brokers really have an in-house combo of the two. Now, personally, just as a side anecdote, ever since I got funded back in 2021 with FTMO, I no longer trade a live account. I have gone all in on prop firms. I own my own prop firm, which is really my main focus now. I don't do a lot of trading myself, but I'm not alone in that sentiment. Ever since prop firms have become what they are, all of the traders that I talk to, they're no longer interested in trading their own live account, which is typically a small account of, a few $100s to a few $1,000s. Everybody would rather put that money into prop firm challenges and scaling those accounts. And that makes complete sense. There is no opportunity in the world for traders right now that is more beneficial, more lucrative than taking prop firm challenges. So I'm very interested to see, again, this is just an anecdotal side note, I would personally be very interested to see what percentage of prop firm traders actually want to trade their own live account. I know a lot of traders have the perspective that you trade prop firms to receive payouts and then you fund your own personal account with those payouts. Absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. I would wonder what percentage of those prop firm traders will actually get funneled into the broker industry, because I can speak from firsthand knowledge. I've spoken to a lot of people in the industry. Brokers have most certainly gotten hurt by the prop firm model because so many traders have pushed over to that side of things. Overall, when this news was announced online, I think the overall vibe is positivity. I think traders are really excited to see how these two businesses come together. It's also a phenomenal sign of the prop firm industry as a whole. Just the fact that FTMO is able to acquire such a large brokerage, it really shows that this industry is still young and it's still growing very rapidly. As I said, the prop firm industry is by far the best opportunity for traders in the world right now. And the fact that FTMO is doing hundreds of millions of dollars of revenue every single year is further proof of that traders are going all in on prop firms. And so overall, I think this is tremendous news. We still need a little bit of clarity in terms of how it's actually going to work out, how it's going to impact traders, and whether or not US clients will be able to use FTMO again. But overall, everyone in the community is really happy about this. Now, if you're interested in prop firms and trading and staying up to date with the latest news, both with prop firms and what's happening in the trading world, subscribe to Pit Munch down below. It's a daily trading newsletter, 100% free. We give you the daily trading news in 5 minutes or less at a 5th grade reading level because we're tired of trading news just being overly complicated for no reason. It's 100% free, so you can subscribe to that down below. And I would love to hear from you guys what you think of this news. Are you excited? Do you think that overall this is positive for the prop firm industry? Can't wait to hear from you. I will see you in the next one. And until then, peace.